Hey everyone, I'm Nate.
I'm Mavic.
This crazy little dog is Popeye.
His heart is pounding.
We're the TheRcSaylors, and he knows that we're gonna fly a little drone, and he loves this. Loves it. Popeye, how fixated are you on this one? He's not looking away. And for good reason. This comes in at 20 bucks. It has a camera, which actually looks pretty good. I've already tested this out, and just so I know how the camera quality looks, I already give that 2 thumbs up. This is a little drone that looks... Two little paws up.
2 doggy paws.
It does come with prop guards. They were very easy to install, right, Abby? They just slipped onto the bottom of the motors there. And the neat thing about this is it does have little folding arms.
Neat.
So when you fold the arms up, it fits into your pocket pretty well. Everybody likes the pocket test. There you go, right in the pocket.
Pretty fancy, Nate.
Pretty fancy. Then when you're ready to fly, you unfold your arms, and if you're not a skilled pilot, you can put those prop guards on. And since we got little Popeye chasing us today, I think we're gonna put the prop guards on. I love them because they're just a snug fit, and the prop guards are installed.
We never fly with prop guards because it adds more weight, so it reduces the battery life. But these are just extremely simple to put on, so why not?
This is an altitude hold Wi-Fi FPV drone for about $20. It does come with, before Popeye eats them, 4 spare props, a little extra screw to go in the back of the transmitter, which needs 3 AAAs to fly on. Altitude hold, and I want to put emphasis on that because a lot of times we don't see them under $20 with a camera, especially Wi-Fi FPV, with altitude hold. I love that very much. It's amazing. The phone holder is actually big enough to hold my large phone. This is a Note 4 with a case on there, a fairly heavy duty case, and there's room to spare. So that's amazing, the fact that the larger phone will fit on there. I absolutely love this. I love the price point, and I love that it looks like the Spark. They have this in different colors. They have red, yellow, blue, and white, just like the Spark comes. And of course it's not going to look like a Spark, fly like a Spark, or do anything like a Spark, but it kind of looks like it, and a little bit. And when I say it's not going to look like a Spark, I mean the camera quality. So I thought I'd get the Spark out just to show you side by side because it really does resemble that a lot. It's really cool. That looks great. I really like this. The one thing that I want to point out is it does have a fixed pitch camera. So when you're flying inside at around 2 or 3 feet, you're mostly going to be looking at floor. I'll do my best to fly a little higher so you guys can see some things. And we have to fly inside today because the weather's so bad. So I think this is just a great little toy for anybody looking to get into drones to fly inside because this is altitude hold. We've had a lot of people stop by our channel lately asking about the Fury BF36 and other drones like that, the Ishini 010, and they're struggling to fly them because they're newer. And yes, micro drones, when you're flying inside, they're very hard to fly when you're a new pilot. So something like this with altitude hold is a key to success. It's going to help you get your orientation, your bearings, and just get you a little flight time on the sticks down. So I highly recommend something like this, but before I give it my full recommendation, I want to fly it and put it in the air. I just have a really good feeling about this. I think we're filming. If not, I'm doing a screen recorder for you guys, so one of the two should work out. Popeye is he must be getting cabin fever because he is ready to go.
He's been ready since we sat the box on the table.
The camera quality is pretty good. Remember, this is $20, so I'm already amazed. This has an auto takeoff with altitude hold, so I'm just going to take off. Popeye's going to bark, heads up. We'll turn it down, and when he stops barking, we'll be back. So here we go.
I think you're good.
Okay. So I'm not touching the throttle at all, and it's holding it right there. I am having to use the right stick to avoid some drift, just because I haven't trimmed this up yet. But let's go ahead and try to trim that up. Because in my opinion, this should be something that is just very easy to fly indoors for beginners. So I want to see if it can hold its altitude well or not. And now it's drifting forward some, so one more trim to the left. And let's see if I can go completely hands-free. It definitely wants to, okay, there we go. So there's hands-free flight. I've trimmed it up. It's certainly not a GPS or visual positioning hold or anything, but it's doing a very good job. It's slowly drifting around. So, you know, with a toy grade drone, you're going to always have to use that right joystick to help move it around a little bit, but I'm hands-free again. It's just doing really well. I'm going to fly up a little higher now just so you guys can get a little more than just the floor. And I like this. I'm really happy with how this is flying. It flies better than I expected it to. This is the first drone we've ever seen that has altitude hold with a dedicated transmitter, indoor flying, folding arms, Wi-Fi FPV for $20. I've never seen this much stuff packed into $20 before, ever. Probably the only downside to this package is that the battery isn't easily accessible. So you're going to have to basically take the whole thing apart to access the battery if you want to pop another one in and keep flying. This should be good for hundreds of flights though on that one battery, as long as you take good care of it. So let's see, we should be able to do flips. I'm going to come down a hair and try to do a flip right here. When you're ready, Abby?
Yep.
Here we go. Oh, very nice. So I hit the button, which is the top right shoulder, and then pick a direction. We'll do a front flip this time. And it loses maybe almost a foot, but then it gains it back. So that's not bad at all. Let's do a left flip. That's really good. That's not bad at all. And that's it gaining its own altitude back. I'm not touching that at all. So here's our yaw rate to make you guys sick now. And you can see that it has blue lights in the front and a red light in the back for orientation, which is awesome. I love that. It is zoomed in some though. I don't necessarily like how cropped in that video is, but it looks pretty good. I mean, you can see my hands there flying.
Do you have like an indicator on your screen that it's recording?
I do, yeah. And I have a usable Wi-Fi signal. There's about a second delay or so on there, but it's usable enough that I can get you in frame and keep you there. Yeah, this is actually not a bad camera for a little indoor drone like this. I'm pretty impressed. Now we have different rates, so before we lose our battery, let's test the rates. So here's full pitch on 30%, which is what it starts off in. Let's bump up to 60%, top left shoulder. And now we have, at the medium rates, it's a lot faster and a lot zippier. Popeye's trying to chase it around.
I know, it's so funny.
Now we should have our top rates here, 100%, and it actually loses altitude if you keep it all the way over. Going back and forth like that kind of loses altitude. It's doing okay though. Yaw does seem to be affected. That's full yaw at 100%, so it's pretty fast yaw. That's really snappy. Now it's not like a crazy stunt drone, but it's pretty snappy. Let's put it back down in the slowest rates because that's good for a video drone, which is what this is. This is really awesome. We should have headless mode and return to home. I'm going to hit, I think this is headless mode. Okay, so I should be able to rotate this and pull it toward me. And yeah, this is working really well. The headless mode works really nicely on this. I'm guessing return to home isn't going to work extremely well, but I'm going to try it. So I'll fly it out here and hit return to home. And it's actually going off to the wrong side.
Oh
so
my
emergency
goodness.
Stop.
Get it, Popeye, get it!
I have an emergency stop button and I did hit that. There's not much battery left, but do you want to fly?
You got it.
Okay.
It's gonna die like here in
probably.
a minute probably, so.
We're up to 5 minutes, almost 6
not
minutes
even
of
worth
recorded
it.
time.
You didn't save me enough.
So we have an emergency stop button, and I'll show you what that does versus auto start, like auto takeoff, auto land. So here is auto takeoff. Popeye's gonna bark, of course. And here's auto land. So that's auto land. Oh, and it bounced down. But emergency stop, let me show you what that does.
Oh goodness.
It just cuts the motors completely. There's one button right under the throttle, and I like where that placement is because sometimes if you have emergency stop and it's in a random awkward place, you can't hit it fast enough. But I knew I crashed over there, so I hit that emergency stop button and it killed my motors before Popeye could even get to it. So let's go ahead and take off one more time and just fly this until the battery dies. Pop, I don't think you can get that one. Huh? What do you think of it, huh? Everybody likes to hear your opinion of these drones.
So you seemed pretty confident in this one while we were showing everybody what was in the box. Do you like it?
Yes.
Does it live up to your expectations?
Yeah, $20, come on. Like, my favorite indoor drone is, and probably still is even versus this, the Fury VF36.
But that doesn't have a camera on it.
But that doesn't have a camera. It doesn't have altitude hold, and it does not have Wi-Fi FPV. This is by far the best working dedicated transmitter. Here we go. I'm going to hit film the video because we're getting blinking lights, which tells us our battery's low. So I'm going to go ahead and auto land. There we go. That was a little better. Like I was saying, this is by far the best dedicated transmitter, indoor, folding arm, altitude hold, Wi-Fi camera, FPV drone. I know that's kind of a lot, but there's a lot of people trying to do what this one's doing, and this one hits every nail on the head, and it's doing a very good job at all of that. You guys can see, hopefully I still have that screen recording, that the Wi-Fi FPV looks really good. It's crystal clear, especially compared to a lot of things we see on the channel. I wish the angle was up a little bit more for indoor flying, because right now we're looking at the floor a lot. There's the hot glue gun. There's our lighters to start the fire.
Messiness over there. Thanks for showing them that, Nathan.
Oh yeah, they got to see it all. That's some fuel for my weed eater and some bug be gone for our roses. But the point is, you can see what that is and make it out pretty well.
Socks.
Abby's blue socks. So the good camera quality, good Wi-Fi FPV quality. For $20, this is amazing. I would honestly probably put this in like the $40 price point just because of what it's doing and how well it's doing it. I'm very impressed with this. I think that the only downside, in my opinion, is the fact that it is a buried battery in here. So you can't just slide that battery out, slide a new one in, and fly again as soon as you're done. You've got to turn it off, which we're gonna do here. Little on-off switch, and then charge your battery. Let it cool off for 5 minutes before you charge it again. Everything is fairly warm, but not hot. So let it cool off 5 minutes before you charge it, and you should be able to have a lot of fun with this. If you like what you see, we'll have it linked in the description box below, and we invite you to subscribe to our channel because we try to find stuff like this for you guys all the time. A lot of times we get things that look like this. They claim to do what this one is doing, but it doesn't, and we'll tell you absolutely when it doesn't. So, thanks a lot for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Be sure to hit that notification bell, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Bye!